44 74 37 948. Because I posted onto the chat box, somebody already had messaged me, so I thought I should also tell others.
Sure, sir. We will also provide the number to our teachers.
Yeah. But that's all says that it's a great presentation. That doesn't make, it's all great when you hear, but after some time you'll all forget. But when you ask a question, if I answer, I'm sure that will be within you. Line is breaking, Murali sir.
Yeah. Murali sir, your voice not audible, sir. Not audible.
Yeah, Dr. Sachikumar, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Jagadish ji is there. Yeah, I am able to hear you.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
You are a great student. You are a great teacher. You had great teachers. Now the problem is there is nowhere either the talent, the passion, or the proficiency of teachers are tested in the process of recruitment. So generally the problem is teachers are very enlightened, knowledgeable persons, but their teaching skills are mediocre. That is the biggest problem faced in the education sector in the whole of the state, let it be high school, higher secondary, or even at college or higher education levels. So how do you think that does the new education policy have anything to do with it, training of teachers or identifying the right skill?
See,
or what do you suggest for this?
See, if you look at, I must have visited and seen more than 5 lakhs of teachers. A huge number. In some of the Gulf countries or maybe Northeast, when I go, I see a bright, brilliant high school teacher. Immediately I'll ask them, which B.Ed college you took your B.Ed? And mostly when I spot some good teachers, I found all of them are from Regional Institute of Education. So, it is not something new. We had the system of Regional Institute of Education in India, at least 4 of them in every southeast, northwest corners, and produced good teachers. Now, what is new education policy doing? Duplicating it in other places also. That's it. There were experiments with adding 1 year to 2 years, but that is not good enough. Maybe after +1, +2, if you have a passion for teaching, you must go to RIE sort of institution. I have got a small book. See, I just told you what is in your mind will be what is. This is a huge book. So I just opened what page I wanted exactly I got. I have not marked or folded and kept it also. In his, realize now you are not late. At 4 years, if you ask a small child, whom do you love most or who is your role model, they will all say, my dad is great. When you become 6 years, they will say, dad knows little bit, my teacher knows much more. Because they have seen KG teachers. I am sure the story goes like this, my book. When 16 years you ask you what you don't want to be in your life, immediately they will say, I don't want to become teachers. Because they have seen the worst people are teachers. And there is a big problem with their generation gap. Do you have somebody at that age who has passion for teaching? You should mold them. See, we are making engineers. We are making doctors. We are making administrators. We are making politicians. We are making judiciary. We are not making who are making all these people are teachers. The country becomes great only when we have great teachers. So we need to look at the quality of teachers. Today, most of the students go for tuitions. Let that be graduation, let that be post-graduation, let that be engineering. You know, in Hyderabad, where I am from, lakhs of students from Kerala after engineering comes for coaching center. They spend 1 year for getting admissions for MTech, passing GATE, GRE and all that. And who are those teachers? They are not, probably they also call some people like us for teaching in the classrooms, but most of the classes are handled by the mediocres. They play our classes there and then teach. That's what is done. So we have few good teachers, not a large number. Why people are not coming into teaching? Because it's paid less and it is not engaging yourself. You have to get engage yourself. Your brain has to be used. I don't mind teaching. When I was an engineering college teacher, I was a management professor. Being a management professor, I was teaching electrical, electronics, mechanical, civil, and computer science departments also. Because I want to teach 6 hours. If I don't teach, I'm actually wasting my energy there. Why do I want to be idle? So I'm sure there are great teachers, there are good teachers, there are wonderful people who are oriented towards teaching. We need to set them in a good direction. The new education policy is planning to make that for larger time. And any point of time, you have got the enriching teachers with the technology, enriching teachers with a lot of facilities are partly already there. The Swayam program, even this program of what is under which umbrella we are doing it now, these are all UGC's plan, and huge amount is being given to colleges for this. Paramarshi is a big program, but what we do is we all do it for namesake. We are not, our passion is not there. Any great job is given, you will be only a mediocre there. I am sure the passion is given, you can change the system so fast. So we need passionate good people at the right place. Amandram aksharam nasti nasti moolam anaushadam ayogya purusho nasti yojagaha tatra durlabha. Luckily we have a good administrator. He is bent upon, the government is very firm that they are going to do it. And those people, if you don't use this opportunity, that's the biggest mistake. That's only what I wanted to tell. The teachers, if you want to grow, this is the right time to grow. If you don't want, then it's a big mistake you are doing to yourself and to the whole society. Yeah.
Delegates, please ask questions. Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, NEP 2020 is giving emphasis on vocationalization, sir.
Yeah.
Right from the secondary or higher secondary level.
Yeah.
Please comment on that, sir.
See, it is nice to say, even from 6th class, people have to go for vocational programs. That is also not new. We had a separate school for vocational higher secondary programs. What happens, that also has become like a theoretical class in ITI. ITI BTech is totally professional. And then when we used to have admissions after diploma in engineering college with lateral admissions, we have seen those children do much better than the normal BTech. Probably they not get rank because the consolidated marks they will not get. But they are really professional. They know what to do. But if you don't get into that, you go to an engineering stream 4 years. After that, they seek job because they are not professional. They are not able to get into job. See, India, we have only very little percentage, less than 2 to 3% real professionals. If you look at engineers, it is less than 2% who are getting professional jobs. Core jobs also they don't get. They're all on the ground without any job. If this vocational training program is given in the younger childhood, what will happen? They will all at least use their hands. And if you don't use their hands for work, my hand is not a scientist hand. You can see I work in the field. I do all jobs. I do carpentry, I do welding, I do most of the jobs. I learned all this because I have passion for that. My today's passion is agriculture. Why? Because I want the NEP is ready to send children for job. We have nearly 56% of Indian communities into agriculture. But we are using less than 20%. The rest of the 30% is unused probably. That is because people want to migrate from agriculture to some other field. That is because we are not demanding that. So one of my, the person just now who spoke was from Kerala Agricultural University, retired as student dean. He is a great speaker. He also knows that, we all agree that if you don't grow agriculture, we are going to be in a big problem. So what is to be done? We need the students to send it to field to work. So if that sort of a vocational program is given, I'm sure when he becomes a mechanical engineer by profession, he knows where his mechanical engineering is to be used in the field. He will invent something new. He will invent something in the electronics. I know that some of the students in the Andhra, Nellore, electronic students do a lot of beautiful projects which are clearly usable in his field because they have agricultural land. They know where it is to be used. If you don't, there is no point in getting people educated and no job. It is not that we have unemployment problem. We have problem with the employable educated people. That is because practically they are not useful. That is why even in Infosys sort of a place where people are again trained in mathematics, again trained in computer programming, though they are built computers, they don't know programming. So where you have to teach them, you have to start from the childhood. Give them flexibility, select them, give them probably list of 10-15 items and then find out what is that you want to get trained yourself. Every holiday they can be utilized. Every classroom also, I think what we are doing in Hyderabad, I have a tie-up with one Pragati Agrogard. In that we have got huge land. I am sure all of them should go there and then work. That is what we are proposing. We are planning to have teachers and then students training programs at least 10 days or 15 days in a year. Even MNC company people, I call it as farm to firm and firm to home. That's my program. And I am planning a social craft foundation program in which people can be ambassadors for spreading this message across the students and the teachers. So we want all our students, the large manpower which is unutilized to get into the real productive job. So you appreciate what is happening in the country. These are all part of any other programs in the Western field area. No graduate student, after 12th, last year this time I was in US. And then we had a great CEO equivalent person in a company who is earning probably lakhs and lakhs of rupees as monthly salary. Only one daughter. There was a farewell party. I was asking, what is the farewell to your daughter from the home? Yeah, she passed her 12th, now it is Tata bye-bye to her. They are Tamilians. Indian traditionally drawn. They were attending my Bhagavad Gita classes. Core Indianism. But in American situation, after +2, pack them off of the house and then say that you earn your money and get educated if you want, whatever you want. They have thrown out of this house. That is the practice. Once they become 18 years, it is not American system. Same thing Kunyuni Master also told. Kunyuni Master made a beautiful comment saying, after 10th, everybody has to be not send it to +1, +2, keep them at home. Don't give them anything. Let them hunt job. Let them see the world. Every revolution in this world happened only when they are teenaged. When they become 20, 25, they get married, they will have children, they will again go to LKG to PG, KG to PG, that's the life. And you have no free thinking. You have to travel across. Only very rare people like me have that freedom to travel across. Right? I'm sure everybody should use this freedom to travel, freedom to explore different learning, and then come back and say, yeah, I have passion for learning. You have to create youth like that. I'm sure you will change this world. That is what is envisaged. Vibrant knowledge society. You have to be vibrant. We are not vibrant. We are only vibrant in Kerala's Ingulab Sindabad. Kunjuni Master told people say Ingulab Sindabad and people started hitting the air up. But no air went up so far. They are all wasting their energy by hitting the air up. That is what Kunjuni Master said. I think everybody agrees Kunjuni Master was a great genius. If that also you don't agree, nobody can help you. He said, many people call for Ingulab Sindabad. Ask them what is the meaning of it, which countries, which language is used there. That also they don't. So it's all brain is unutilized. They don't think. And when you work in the ground, you cannot work without thinking. Let it be cooking. Let it be farming. Let it be welding. Let it be car repair. Anything you do. I'm sure you should do that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, there is another question in the chat box, sir.
Yeah.
From Mr. C. Kumar.
Yeah, somebody wanted to ask that should be the priority. Somebody are here.
Hello, sir.
Please ask.
Yeah, sure. Come on to video,
Can you
beta.
please-
When you come on to video, then you will be seen there. Yeah. Remya. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, sir.
Good.
Sir, my name is Remy. ITM College Arts and Science, Smile.
Yeah. I am a professor there. My name is there in your board.
Okay, sir.
You look at your board. I am a visiting faculty there.
Okay, sir. I would like to ask a question. Do you agree with teachers are born, not made? A teacher without NET qualification can teach well. So what are the criteria or qualities we have to be considered while selecting a teacher?
See, we have a big problem because it cannot be so flexible. But understand, India also had such flexibility system. When Indian Institute of Science was made, invitation was sent to Vivekananda Swami to become the director of Indian Institute of Science. He was not a scientist, he never had a science education, but still he was invited. Same Indian Institute of Science, we had a mathematics professor, I think Rangarajan or something is his name. And he, Rangarajan, I think Rangarajan is his name. With MSc mathematics, you know what he was teaching there? Inorganic and physical chemistry. And later, I don't know how many of you know, there is a center called Sirki. And he was director for that center where battery is made. So, talent matters. I'm sure talent matters. But Srinivasa Ramanujam was a great mathematician, but he's probably some other subject he have less. These are all very specific, special cases. Just because there are special people, you cannot tell that even if I fail in NET exam, you must take me as teachers. That cannot be a rule. And I'm sure you are a passionate teacher. You don't have to get enrolled in a college. I'm sure there will be people who are paying you much more than this, and then they will call you as lecturers. Got it? So if you are talented, there are sufficient opportunities in this country and elsewhere in the world. But in a system, there has to be some sort of a rule created. That is why we have UGC, NET, state, little simplified state eligibility test and all that. And I'm sure it is not that simple to pass, because the logical reasoning, communication skill, analysis ability, all that is part of the teacher program. I also was training some students for the UGC NET exam. We found that some people failed, but later I found them as a corporate office, they are earning probably more than they would have earned as a teacher. So if you are talented, I'm sure there is sufficient opportunity in this world. There is no depth for opportunity. Correct? And especially in this digital world, you get plenty of opportunities. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir, so in any of the
Sicily,
college,
Sicily, will you be able to introduce? I know Remya is from MIT.
Myself, Sicily.
Yeah.
Myself, Sicily. St. Joseph's College, Pilatara.
Okay. Yeah.
Assistant professor.
Okay. Good.
So we used to see students who are spoon-feeded
Yeah.
from childhood onwards.
Yeah.
So now also, even in the graduation level, they are still expect that from teachers.
Yeah.
So we want to give quality education to the students, but the thing is that they are expecting the same sort of spoon feeding from teachers. So in that case, what is the role of teacher?
See, that is where now the new education policy is going to make a lot of difference. Because earlier system had a rule which says you cannot be so flexible, autonomy of teachers are not given that much. Now today the new education policy gives you a lot of autonomy, right? I actually am feeling so upset in some of the teachers' classroom. The lecturing is over, they will tell you take notes. Why do you have to give notes? You can send it. You can always, today in the digital world, it is so simple. I keep saying you don't have to show your PowerPoint presentation and then read it out. Send that to the students, let them learn and come and ask questions to you. So as teachers, you are ready to change your system. I'm sure you can do it. And that autonomy is given. I also gave one subject teaching class in one of the Christian missionary run BBA program here. Actually, I taught something entirely different from what is in the textbook, what they can read from the classroom or textbook. But then, what experience I gained, what assignments I have given to my students, all that is compiled together became a textbook later. Emotional intelligence for corporate communications was my book, which actually I did not write, my students wrote it. So I'm sure if you are a brilliant teacher, if you are a good teacher, and you want to change the system, always you have that flexibility. Don't say that it is not there. In your classroom, you are the master. And probably your system do not agree with that. You get out of that place, go to some other place, you have got that freedom. Are you scared and worried about getting pension, not getting salary, not getting some other job? That means you are a stupid teacher. You are unfit to become. I remember when I used to give training programs for the superintendent of different departments in Hyderabad, there is a Mari Chennarreddy Institute of Human Resources, where many people say, sir, I am 20 years in same grade, I am not getting promotion. I asked them, why can't you quit? He said, if I quit this job, I will not get any other job. That means you know you are useless. Why do you worry? You must be able to quit. See, I am a professor in a university now. Assume that I don't like something and they ask me to do that, I will just tell thank you, bye-bye, tata. I am not worried because next day there will be a lot of people asking me to join in that college because they know my quality. Why should I worry about it? Are you that a beggar that you don't get? No, please give me, please give me, please give me. Why do you want to do that? You are rich enough, then you don't have to worry about it. You are rich because you have got good brain. You know how to sell it and make money. So a good teacher have no problem. And if you are not a good teacher, probably these rules and regulations have to be applied because otherwise they waste the time in the classroom. So understand the rules are for fools, not the brilliant fellows. The brilliant fellows are never run by rules. That's why Rangarajan's example I gave, he was a MSc mathematician. That doesn't mean tomorrow onwards every MSc mathematics teacher can teach organic physics, or organic chemistry or physical chemistry. You cannot do that. Okay, so
Thank you so much.
So you must be good. Then you can talk about all this. And that's always done. See, what is Kasturi Rangan's credibility in education? He was a scientist. That's it. He never taught in a classroom. But why he is made as chairman? Because he can absorb anything very fast. That ability is what you need. I taught biotechnology also. I never knew that I taught biotechnology. The other day, some few months back, when I was in a bus stop, somebody came and told me, sir, I am your student. Then I asked him, what are you doing? Sir, I am doing PhD in biotechnology in CCMB, Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology. I said, where did I teach you biotechnology? Sir, you took a special class on biotechnology to us. I myself forgot actually. Got it. So it's that simple. Yeah. Somebody else came onto video, wanted to ask something, thinking that I stopped and then went back. You are welcome.
Murali, there are questions in the chat box. Please ask.
Yeah. My last visit in Kanhangad NASC College is available on video. That is only 9 minutes or 10 minutes. I couldn't record the full, but some feedback programs I recorded. I was just checking that in my mobile now, so I got it. Yeah. I think all of you must go and then look at my YouTube and then subscribe. Yeah, somebody is there. Anita?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
I am from the host institution, Nehru Arts and Science College. My name is Rukhaya MK.
Rukhaya, which department, Rukhaya?
Department of English, sir.
Yeah, you can come on to video, I'll be glad.
Okay, that is the case.
Yeah. Rukhaya should read this book which is not mentioned. It's my rhythm of life.
Okay, sir.
It's a beautiful poetry book. Illustrated beautiful. Eh? There are a lot of poetries which I wrote. Yeah, tell me, Rukhaya.
Okay, sir, my question is...
Repeat.
So my question is, we have current educational system where there is so much of information but no understanding, and so much of hoarding of knowledge, but there's no wisdom. And then in the semester system, we are full-time busy, but still there's no passion. So how does the NEP work towards rekindling this curious spark, as J.M. Kuthi says in his disgrace, that the greatest irony of teaching is that one who comes to teach learns everything.
Anita has to unmute. It is disturbing, Anita. Yeah. I understood. It's a beautiful question. Whole Bhagavad Gita is taught to Arjuna by Lord Krishna. That book is called Bhagavad Gita, right? I keep that all the time. You can see lot of markings because I read it thoroughly. Maybe 1,000 times I must have read it. I also taught this last year. After writing this, after teaching Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna said, I did not understand anything. 18 chapters for a single question. What should I do? This is the problem with most of the teachers. He is a psychotherapist. I am also a psychotherapist. We keep talking so many things, but what exactly to be done? You have to process yourself and understand. So much of information in which you must know how to look for the exact. And that ability, the swan in a water, there is a saying that you pour milk, it will suck milk without taking water. You understood? That ability you should have. This, after the Bhagavad Gita taught to Arjuna, there was a discussion between Arjuna and Krishna on a cup of tea. After the Mahabharata is over, everything was clean. Arjuna said, I did not understand everything because I was full stress of examination. You taught me so much in front of a war. How do I recollect all this? Everything I forgot. All the 18 chapters what you taught Krishna is waste. Hey, Dr. Krishnan, teach me everything now once again. Krishnan said, that job is over. Your examination is over. You already passed. Forget about whatever you have learned or unlearned. Now, Ananda Shastram Bahuvedidavyam. There is huge knowledge available. Lot of Vedas are there. Alpascha Kale Bahuvascha Vigno. You have lot of job to do and you have little time. So what is to be done? You have to collect information. Ivampu Misram. Before the milk gets diluted in the water, how the swan is sucking, that way you must suck knowledge from that ability is what is essential. See, when you become an administrator, I was with the cabinet secretariat. You know what is cabinet secretary, right? Cabinet secretary is the topmost IAS post in India. I was deputy director there. We get every day probably hundreds of files with the different information about a different country, what they are doing. I was in the strategic department. So we get different informations. We have to assess, and what is that we are supposed to do? Ultimately, we have to make a small note, 2-line or 3-line, which will go to my higher up. What is that 3 note? From all this junk of information, how do I know paraphrasing? As English teacher, I am sure you are teaching paraphrasing. Every competitive exam, there is what is called paraphrasing. What is this paraphrasing? You are asking me a question which you are teaching in the classroom or you are supposed to teach. Every English teacher is supposed to teach paraphrasing. What is paraphrasing? You take a large chunk of information. How do you condense it and make it into small, right? That is the first assignment which I give. Yesterday also I got few students who wanted to do civil service. What I told them is, read Hindu newspaper, world news, only one news. That may have 200 words, but I want 2 sentences out of it. If you can do that, you understood English. You got precise answer. I am sure you will not get this sort of answer from anybody. Understood? Because I am mixing mythology, I am mixing administration, I am mixing English classroom. Because you are from English department. Don't think why am I asking which department you belongs to, because I want to answer you in that fashion. One of my favorite classrooms were, I taught English in 1984. After my BSc Mathematics, what I taught was English. There were parallel colleges in Payyanur College. At least 4 parallel colleges parallelly I was teaching English. I'll finish one class in one class, go to the other class. Wordsworth and all were by heart for me. Behold her, single in the field, yon solitary, Highland lass, singing and reaping by herself. I used to act in the classroom. So I love English classes. We can be really creative, highly innovative. You can show drama in the classroom, but don't read. Visualize. Make your students to visualize. Then they will be capable of searching everything and find out. Good. Be a good teacher. God bless you. Inshallah, we will see somewhere.
Rukia is a writer, sir. Shivkumar sir, Rukia is a writer.
Only such people will ask questions. Yeah. You must
Thank
share.
you so much, sir.
You must
for
share
your
it.
Invaluable response.
You must share it, Rukia.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'll do that, sir. Thank you so much.
Anybody else? Murali, some questions are in the chat box. Murali, some questions are in the chat box.
Sir, shall I read, sir? Shishkumar, sir?
Yeah,
Chat
welcome.
box.
Yeah, welcome.
Oh, Dr.
Question
Babina.
from Mr. C. Shishkumar.
Yeah.
Could you throw more light on multiple entry and exist in NEP?
Yeah. Multiple entry exit is a beautiful scheme because if I don't want to study after first year, I feel it's not good for me. I want to shift. If you look at the NIT, you can join for BTech Computer Science. Computer Science, Electronics, Electrical, Mechanical, everything first year is same. You have drawing and you have got 3-4 other one. And after first year, if I am not very happy with that, I can shift it to electronics. Shifting from one scheme to another scheme is flexible. Now, it is actually you are quitting from one college, trying something else. Then later you feel, yeah, I have to come back and study that. There is an open scheme. Therefore, what we thought is the gross enrollment can cater to more number of people. One, because there will be multiple people who are leaving. Today what happens is 40 students are joining first year, they are completing up to last year. Now you will create vacancies in second year, third year. So people can enter there. That is one. And second one is, assume you discontinue, still you get a certificate at least. After first year you get a certificate, after second year you get a diploma, third year like you get a degree, and then fourth year you get a research degree which will make you to join for PhD. So if I don't want, I know there are a lot of people during our class time also after BSc in second year somebody wanted to leave because he got a bank job. His family condition was very bad. He would have lost his BSc except for I used to write my notebook with those days there was no copying system. Carbon paper I used to keep and write and then used to send him every evening. This is how I made him as BSc. I am sure how many students will have this facility and how many people can learn by themselves at home? Not possible. So this flexible will give you. Now there is a big problem also. It is not that simple. As in America, India cannot run. Assume that in your own classroom you have got a 17-year-old student and also a 40-year-old student. And the teacher is only 23-year-old. The teachers will have a big problem in controlling the class. Delivering will not happen. There can be misuse of these possibilities. Because like Kerala, I am saying Kerala because it is totally polluted with a lot of students' politics. Assume that you have students' politics and trade union leaders can join in second year, third year. I am sure your campus will become a big problem. All the principal will have to have difficulties. You are not able to control the normal youth today. What will happen? You have to control the adolescents and the old age people in your colleges. So, implementation level, I am sure there is going to be big havoc, at least in some places, because people can misutilize it. But one advantage could be you have a credit bank sort of a thing where you can keep it. If not your college, they can go to some other college. We'll have to find some via media options. Every college cannot be open because they can probably pollute, probably create problems. And I don't think it is just like an entry. There may be some entrance examinations and such things comes. So you only have to. Today we have such a flexible system. After BTech, skipping MTech, people can go for PhD. After electrical engineering, if you write an entrance exam, you can do biology science also, you can do PhD in the Institute of Science. So there is nothing new. But that is restricted to national level, esteemed universities, esteemed institutions in India today. But that is going to open up in every college. Whether it will happen all on a sudden or whether that will be having any conflict with the state and social structure, accordingly people will modify it. We don't have to get more over it. But people wanted to use it for benefit, there is a benefit.
Sir, one more question.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please suggest a system
Yeah.
to ensure excellent teachers?
See, it's a beautiful question which most of the time when I go to different schools, they will tell you, we have a best teacher award. We don't know how to select good teachers. I keep telling, in a buffet system, you have different counters. And everybody will go and taste in every counter. And then what do? After that, we go second time to a counter where we really liked it. So allow all teachers to take classes in different places. Every student can go from one classroom to another classroom. Taste everybody's classes. Then what you should do? A fine morning, Monday morning, you decide that every teacher, you say these are all the teachers, these are all the classrooms. Students are given option to go and sit in any class. I will tell you, there will be some teachers where nobody will go. I am sure there will be some teachers in whose classrooms will be full. You identify how many teachers have got full class, give them the best award. In engineering college, there used to be a lot of failures. First year, second year, third year, many papers are lost. So most of the time when I am free, what I used to do is in the seminar hall, I put the title of the topic and say I am available from this time to this time, I will teach this subject to you. I used to advertise different subjects in seminar hall and open my seminar hall for every students. I used to get minimum 150 to 200 children in my classrooms. It's almost like a tuition center or maybe extra time giving class for the weaker students for a subject which they really have problems. I think if you can do that, I'm sure. I may be only one student in Pioneer College. Those days, Friday we have, I don't know now also, 12:30 to 2 o'clock was free time. There used to be biology teachers joining in chemistry and physics. So I used to teach them mathematics with the permission of the principal. Raghavan Nambiar was the principal that time. So he permitted me to teach my own juniors in my classroom. So I did that. Why teachers don't do that extra class, only what is assigned to them? I think teachers must be given a freedom to teach whatever the students want to learn from them. If that freedom is given, teachers will prove that they are good teachers. That is what is going to happen.
So, Shachikumar sir, we have taken much of your time.
No issue.
Last one or two questions.
Yeah, you could ask me as much as you want. Yeah.
Any question in the chat box? Murali, last one or two questions. Murali.
Sir. Sir, another question.
Yeah.
As a college teacher, we have to face lots of problems as the students after completing their schooling and get into the higher education institution and have to learn assigned subjects with a very little or no little knowledge.
Yeah.
How we could teach them and mold them properly. It's from Dr. Babani Saharia.
Yeah, she's from Assam. She's a philosophy professor. Yeah. There are few teachers from different parts of the country. They keep following me wherever I give lectures. It is not very difficult. It is not very difficult because every student needs some orientation. And if they are choosing philosophy, I am sure if somebody asks me which subject I want to learn, which college, generally ask them, look at the syllabus, study perfectly and then go and sit in the classroom. I gave example of learning Macbeth. I did not understand anything. What I did was, I did my homework. That's what I said, Acharya's Padamadate. How do we teach a small children, not in higher education? But the teacher should have a different stage, not the student stage. If you look at it, London Bridge is falling down, DrTPS. You will see my comment on the KG teachers who are teaching London Bridge is falling down. Yesterday or today I posted, every day in YouTube I will post some bit. Yesterday or today's posting was few years back what I conducted in my house, Nanam, where Infosys managers and all of them came to spend time with me. You will see different age group students. You know what did I teach them? I taught them Tingle Tingle Little Star. Why? Because many people learned Tingle Tingle Little Star. If you ask word by word meaning, if you ask them to write, they may not even know the spelling, because in childhood they by hearted it. They never wrote it. And you become a teacher, you also don't even look at the word. And I keep asking teachers, do you know the author of this poem? They will say, I don't know. Because it is not there in the textbook. As a teacher, don't you have that ability to go and search? So teachers should not teach what is there in the syllabus. Your idea is to create interest in children. So how do I create interest? Assume that there is some small child who understands only Malayalam and I have to teach Tingle Tingle Little Star. What do? I have to say Tingle Tingle Little Star. Minnum Minnum Taragame. Endalbudamani Idrishyam. Mide Mide Manath. Vaiduryam Bol Minnunnu. Assume you speak like this and then tell them you are making a difference. I am sure the student will go and search, do translation. See, all my students who attended that camp, we had Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Gujarati, Punjabi. I give assignment to all of them to translate into different mother tongue. That is what is learning. You learn English, also you learn the other subject. So what is to be done? Assume that I am teaching philosophy. I remember when I wanted to do my MA philosophy, I am also MA philosophy, half done, not fully done. That's why I am not adding in my degree. So MA philosophy, what I did was first I purchased a philosophy dictionary. Because philosophy terminology cannot be searched in English dictionary. I have to look for philosophy meaning in philosophy dictionary, where I learned all the terminology. So every teacher, if you want to teach, first ask the students to write all the terminologies. Ask them to refer anything and everything. I keep saying that there is a beautiful website if you want to English teachers, especially, or all the subject teachers, if you want to learn English, wordhippo.com. That's a website. WORD, word hippo. Hip, you know. The hip twisting is called hippo dance. Wordhippo.com. You look at the meaning of the words, beautifully you enjoy the class. Most of the students don't understand things because they don't know the vocabulary. Any subject to learn, you must know vocabulary. That is what I also do. I remember when I was in a college where I want to select somebody who is a PhD in mechanical engineer from IIT, I only asked them what is gravity. He started giving earth gravity. I said, I did not ask you earth gravity, I only asked you gravity. Explain gravity without earth. Sir, that is never taught. I said, that is where your creativity. What is gravity? That's an English word. You have not even, as a physics PhD, you have not even looked at the meaning of gravity in the dictionary and you only learned earth gravity. That means you did not understand the concept of gravity. What is acceleration? Everybody knows. What is deceleration? Sir, that is not taught in the classroom. I keep saying when students come to classroom, they have got deceleration. They go back home, they have acceleration. That's how I teach. Their speed increases as they reach the house. Acceleration is there. When they come to college, they are so lethargic. That is deceleration. Correct? I'm sure if you add philosophy to physics, you will never forget. That is life science. So my subject is life. Everybody should teach life. L-I-F-E. Learn in full enjoyment. L-I-F-E, life. Live in full enjoyment. L-I-F-E, life. Learning is an investment for future earning. Write down, you don't get anywhere. It's DrTPS expansions. That's why all my books are life. L-I-F-E, life. So connect with life. Anything and everything what you teach, connect with life. And I am sure students will love you. Once they love you, they love the subject. Whatever you teach, they will love you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Shashikumar sir. Now time is around 12:30.
I think I must thank all of you because it's very hard. I remember I was talking about the WWS navigation program. I traveled from Thiruvananthapuram to Kannur. After Kannur, I told I don't want to go to Kasaragod. Because Kannur, that day we had only, instead of 60, Kottayam and all that, one college, when we called for teachers, we have a restriction, only 60 can come. 3 programs were conducted because after 60 it was not good enough. Again there were entry. So they asked me to conduct 2nd program, 3rd program, 4th program. When I came to Kannur, there was only 3. So I was expecting today I will have less than 3-4 people. I am happy if there are 4 people from Kannur also. Because that is my basic experience of people from Kannur who are interested in learning. Second, and first morning 9:30 to before entering here up to 10:15 I attended another seminar in which 2 retired vice chancellors were talking and there were hardly 14 people joined. And I had to quit because I have to come to this. So there were 13 people only. So I am so happy that you are able to gather this many people. I am so happy that I have gone to my old college. I am sure I am going to get connected to most of the people who are in my native and neighboring places. They will find some connections. I was one small, it cannot be called as a complaint. One of the colleges who are participating here, I remember they called me a program. I traveled from Hyderabad to Kannur. Then when I contacted them just before that day, they said, sorry, we forgot. That college is also here. So I know that is the tradition. You can imagine somebody without even taking money fly all the way from Hyderabad to Kannur and then somebody says we forgot this invitation. That also happens sometimes. So I'm so glad that I could get back to my colleague Vijayan and get connected to great teachers like Muralidharan sir and all that. We were talking about KTK and I'm sure that I'm going to get a lot of new connections, a lot of young teachers who once you become a teacher, in the lifelong you are a teacher. So you are going to be in this field of education for next 20 years. And if I could add some value to that, I think I consider that as a great opportunity given. And I'm sure you are all the torch bearers. So thank you, thanks a lot.
Okay. Another teacher, do you want to ask some question? Another teacher?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm another teacher from Durga Higher Secondary School, Kanhangad.
Oh, I came to your school also once. I don't think
Yes,
there is
sir.
no school or college I left in Kerala.
Yes, sir. I was the career guide that time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sir. So my question is, NEP, in this NEP, we are sailing in a multidisciplinary stream.
Yeah.
And can it be possible for we teachers to adapt to this situation? Because we are always tied to or bound to one particular stream only.
I think that option is always there for good teachers. I am sure no college administration or school administration will stop you teaching somebody. Probably in a structured fashion, you will have to engage your classes. You like something else doesn't mean you can hate some other subject which is your livelihood. Correct? Because they have appointed you for a specific vacancy because of the number of classes which somebody is supposed to do, unless you can make somebody as a substitute there. In Kerala is a very rigid situation because I have been traveling throughout the country. Even in Hyderabad, you know what happens? A government teacher may get nearly 60 to 70,000 rupees, I am sure. And you get teachers who are ready on contract basis to come and work with the 15,000 rupees also. Correct?
Yes.
In many part of the country, you know what is happening. If I am an employed teacher in one of the colleges, I will earn 1 lakh rupees and I will never go to that college. I will appoint somebody else as DrTPS Shashikumar, go there and teach. And I will pay him 15,000 rupees. I am free full time and I will earn 85,000 rupees doing my own job. Such business also is happening in India. if you know that is possible. So you don't want that to happen. That is why we are very rigid in our system. So flexibility have got an advantage. You want to make anything which is usable and advantage for students. I'm sure you have facilities, and that will become much more in the new scheme. Assume you want to be approved as the teacher. As a teacher, you have now flexible system. There are a lot of open schools available. Free of cost education is possible on online. You get some degree. I'm sure it's possible. That's what I'm saying. In engineering college, when I became a professor, I was only written professor without a department. Because I told them I want to go and sit in any class. I want to teach anything what I like. I was given a free class. So I taught English. I taught environment science. You can see my environment science and all in the blog. Those days, whatever we prepare, the class text is put in the blog. And ask children, read there and then come and ask me questions. So I think as teachers, you can do much wonderful job. More flexibility is there with you.
My question is, sir, how many of them will adapt?
Don't see what I am saying. Every system in this country is created for people who are misbehaviors. So there is a system. But I am sure if you are brilliant and if your system is accepting you, you could do many things around inside. Assume your system is not good, not accepting you, you should quit and then go to some other place where it is acceptable. You have to go into higher and higher grade. In universities and all, that is going to be the system. Assume you are a mathematics teacher, you are also good in drawing. Probably tomorrow you can start drawing as a fine arts is going to be one of the stream. And I'm sure nobody is going to appoint teachers for fine arts. They are going to call people of expertise. So you could be an expert who is going. We have to be a teacher of creative writing, creative art. Everything can be taught. So you have a lot of flexible education system means there are going to be options for you to become teachers in different places based on the demand. Because some college, assume that you are a teacher in a Durga school. Kanhangad college requires some very specific course program where they don't have even teachers but they have few students to learn. Probably from schools teachers can go. What we are suggesting, from industry people can come to colleges and schools. From schools and colleges people can go to different places and teach. If everything is not possible, I am sure as an online teacher, you are a teacher in the whole world. Nobody is going to question you, why are you teaching? Actually today I had a session in my college where I am a professor. They asked me, then I said already I committed for some other program, I cannot teach today. That's it. They will either adjust the timetable or maximum what they will do, they will throw me out. I am so happy. Doesn't matter, no? That courage you should have. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Shashimar sir. Shall we wind up?
Yeah, it's up to you.
12:30.
Yeah. If all others, anybody wanted to ask questions, you can WhatsApp.
Last question.
Yeah.
Fatima Afifa.
Yeah.
Last question. Fatima
Sir,
Afifa. We want to ask question. Last question.
this is not question, sir. I am a student. I am not a teacher. I am studying in Kanhangad NASC college. Sir, can I speak in Malayalam?
Yeah, sure.
Sir, പറഞ്ഞത് ഇത്രയും ഭയങ്കര ഇൻസ്പയർ ആയിരുന്നു ഇത് കേട്ടോ. സാറ് പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ ഇത് ആസ് എ സ്റ്റുഡന്റ് നിങ്ങളുടെ ഹൗ ടു ബിക്കം എക്സലന്റ് ടീച്ചർ. അപ്പൊ ഒരു സ്റ്റുഡന്റ് എന്ന നിലയിൽ എനിക്ക് പറയുന്നത് വെച്ചാല് ഇവിടെ സ്പൂൺ ഫീഡിംഗ് ഒക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു. പക്ഷെ അതില് ആസ് എ ടീച്ചറിന് ബ്രെയിൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നതിനേക്കാൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് സ്റ്റുഡൻസിലേക്ക് എത്തും. അതുപോലെ ഫ്രീഡം, ജസ്റ്റ് ഗിവ് ഫ്രീഡം ടു ഓൾ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ്. അവരെ പെനിറ്റിനെ പോലെ കണ്ടിട്ട് അവര് കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഏത് ടീച്ചേഴ്സിനും ആ ഒരു ഇത് കിട്ടും. സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള റിലേഷൻഷിപ്പിൽ അവർക്ക് എന്താണോ ക്യാപ്ചർ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് അവർ കിട്ടുകയും ചെയ്യും. ആ ടീച്ചേഴ്സിന് എന്താണ് എത്തിക്കേണ്ടത് അത് അവരിലേക്ക് എത്തുകയും ചെയ്യും. അപ്പൊ അതുപോലെ ആ ഒരു കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ അതൊരു ബുക്കിഷ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു സിസ്റ്റം അല്ലേ നമ്മളെ ഈ ഇന്ത്യയിലുള്ളത്. അപ്പൊ അത് റീപ്ലേസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും നമുക്ക്. ഇനിയെങ്കിലും ആ ഒരു സിസ്റ്റത്തിലേക്ക് എത്തണം. ജസ്റ്റ് വായോട് പറയുന്നതല്ലാതെ അവരിലേക്ക് എന്താണ് എത്തേണ്ടത്, അവരുടെ ലൈഫ് എങ്ങനെയാണ് ആവേണ്ടത് അതിലേക്ക് എത്താം. അതാണ് ടീച്ചേഴ്സ്. അത് നമ്മള് ജസ്റ്റ് ഫ്രണ്ട് ആയിരിക്കണം. നല്ല നമുക്ക് എന്തും പറയാൻ പറ്റണം. ആ ഒരു
പേടി ഉണ്ടാവുള്ള. ഇപ്പൊ എന്തെങ്കിലും എടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മുടെ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഡൗട്ട്സ് ഉണ്ടോ നിൽക്കും. പക്ഷെ നമ്മളത് എന്താ പറയാ മനസ്സിലായിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ചോദിക്കും. പക്ഷെ നമ്മൾ ഒന്നും മിണ്ടില്ല. ഇങ്ങോട്ട് എന്തെങ്കിലും തിരിച്ചു ചോദിച്ചാലോ എന്ന് കരുതി ഞങ്ങളൊന്നും മിണ്ടില്ല. ആ ഒരു ഇതാണ് എനിക്ക് ഇവിടെ പറയണ വേണ്ടി കുറെ സമയം വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. പക്ഷെ ഈ ഒരു ക്ലാസ് കേട്ടിട്ട് ഞാൻ പറയാണ്ട് പോയാൽ ഞാൻ തന്നെ എന്നെ ഫുള്ളാക്കുന്ന ഒരു ഇതാണ്. സാർ അത്ര ഇൻസ്പയർഡ് ആയി. എന്റെ റോൾ മോഡൽ ആക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. താങ്ക് യു സർ.
ലവ് യു. കാഞ്ഞങ്ങാട് കോളേജിൽ ഞാൻ വന്നപ്പോ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞില്ല ആ ബിറ്റ് കാണണമെന്ന്. ആ ബിറ്റിൽ കാണാം ഒരു കുട്ടി വന്നിട്ട് എൻ്റെ ഇവിടെ നെഞ്ചത്ത് വന്ന് കിടന്നിട്ട് കരയുണ്ട് ആ കുട്ടി. ബിക്കോസ് ജീവിതത്തിൽ ഇതുവരെ ഒരു ടീച്ചറുടെ മുമ്പിൽ സ്റ്റേജിൽ കയറിയിട്ട് സംസാരിച്ചിട്ടില്ല എന്നാണ്. So I think all teachers, that's what one word which I said, every teacher has to shed their ego. Only thing, you are a teacher because you took birth a little early. You are just a doctor because you got an opportunity to get into the path of taking doctorate. Otherwise, there is nothing different from me and Fatima. You understood?
Okay.
Only thing, I happen to be a buffalo who took birth earlier, and I happen to have somebody who mentored me to get a PhD. Otherwise, me and you are one and the same. And all of you are my... Yeah.
Can I add one word?
Yeah.
Fatima, please follow DrTPS from today. And you will change not only your destiny, probably the destiny of your village, state or the country also.
Okay, thank you, Jagadish sir. Thank you, Jagadish. Now, for the formal vote of thanks, may I call upon Mr. Vijay Kumar, Senate member of Kannur University, as well as IQAC executive member of Nehru Arts and Science College. Over to Mr. Vijay Kumar. Vijay Kumar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen. Nothing great is powerful than a grateful heart. I feel best pleasure to propose a word of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee and the entire fraternity of Nehru Arts and Science College to this August gathering for making the event is one of the memorable events in the history of Nehru Arts and Science College. Firstly, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our great motivator, the pillar and strength of Nehru Arts and Science College, and the real chairman of this function, Dr. A. Muralidhar sir. Thank you, sir, for your unending support and inspiration always to us. Our token of love to Dr. T. Vijay sir, the principal and the inaugurator of today's function, the guiding force and man who always steering us into the right direction with his simplicity and great enthusiasm. Thank you, sir. Nothing great ever be achieved without a great man. The part is highly befitted to our today's interest and resource person, Dr. T.P. Sasikumar, sir. Sir, indeed, it's a great moment for us. Very honestly saying, sir, it's really an eye-opener to all the teachers gathered here and the students also. See, the whole time I do visualize sir's lecture, and now I understood what I am standing on, what is my level to. Thank you very much, sir, for wonderful deliberations and being with us despite of your busy schedule. Thank you, sir. Next, the word of thanks to the most visioned and vibrant, dynamic and extraordinary coordinator of IQAC, Dr. K.V. Murali, sir. Thank you, sir. We recognize that without the support of many institutions, this program will not be a great success. So, thanks to all the principals, teaching staff and students from the many institutions, thanks to the teaching staff and students from the host of Nehru Arts and Science College for making this function be a grand success. Thanks to all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vijay Kumar, for your vote of thanks from the bottom of your heart. So the webinar on a relook at teachers at the backdrop of National Education Policy 2020 is hereby adjourned. Thank you.
I think I must thank all those people who asked questions. Probably what is most memorable is the comment from few people like Fatima and all, no, the last. I may forget whatever I spoke, but I will not forget those few comments and questions what they just said. So actually a vibrant education is what we are looking for. The vibrant audience, the vibrant students, vibrant listeners makes any conference or webinar much potentially better. Yeah. Vijayan sir nando parayandano. Okay.
Vijayan sir, principal എന്താ പറയാനുണ്ടോ? മുരളി സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റിനെ കുറിച്ചൊന്നും സംസാരിക്കാനുണ്ടോ? മുരളി കെ വി മുരളി.
സാർ ഒരു മിനിറ്റ് സാർ, ഞാൻ ശശികുമാർ സാർ, ഓക്കെ, സാറിനോട് മെയിൽ വഴിയാണോ അതോ വെബ്സൈറ്റ് ബ്ലോഗ് വഴിയാണോ കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ?
എനിക്ക് വാട്സപ്പ് ആയിരിക്കും ഏറ്റവും എളുപ്പം. മെയിൽ ആയാലും കുഴപ്പമില്ല, ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് മെയിലും വാട്സപ്പും ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് സെയിം.
Okay sir, okay.
Anything is problem. Anything is no issue.
ഞങ്ങളുടെ സ്റ്റുഡൻസിനെ ഞങ്ങൾ കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേറ്റ് ചെയ്യും സർ.
They can always. What I suggest is you can have that social craft foundation. That is one of the program which I have, where you can have a group of children who are looking at how national education policy can be put into ground. Like identifying infrastructure for students to go and then work. Locate the facilities around. So probably from different part of the world people can come and learn.
Okay. And to the delegates, we are providing a feedback form through our media, and we will try to put it in our website also. Please give us the feedback and we will be providing the e-certificate also. And thank you, delegates. Sir, over to you, sir. Murali, sir.
Now we can leave the meeting. Shashikumar sir, once again, thank you.
Thank you.